All right, welcome back everybody. It is December 19th, run streak day 77, and wow, look at that river down there. All frozen over, fresh snow on top of it. It just started snowing about 10 minutes ago or so, which I was expecting. It's supposed to snow a good amount today, and then the temperature's gonna drop very quickly. Tomorrow's gonna be a very cold day. In fact, the next few days are gonna be very cold days. So I may have to practice vlogging with a mask on today, just to see if the audio is bad or not, if it can hear me through the mask. So you might see me doing that today, just to test it out. So it's supposed to get up to 30 degrees Fahrenheit today. Today is the warm day of the week, and then it's going to drop down into the negatives. Now when it's in the negatives, I can't really have my face exposed, so here we go. Let's try this out. It does fog up my glasses a bit, so I might have to change that up, but hopefully the audio sounds fine. I do also have thicker masks, which I may or may not wear. I usually prefer this one. So today's run will be probably about 4.5 to 5 miles. I'm doing a familiar route, which is just up the trail here, up and around Union Park and back. And usually that's about 4.5 miles, but I'll probably tack on a little bit more just to make it an even 5. Legs are feeling good today, so we want to start the week off with a decent run, not too long, but not a short one either. Last week we ended at 34 miles, so it's slightly more miles than I wanted to do, but didn't really make a difference. Again, my legs feel perfectly fine. So Inga is still resting. Today will be her second rest day. She wants to take off at least 5 days. Her goal is not to run a mile every day, or I think at one point she was running up to 2 miles a day. No, her goal in general is to get better at running, to be able to do longer distances. So I told her she needs to rest. You need rest days, at least a couple rest days a week, and then you'll be able to do some longer runs. She wants to do some 5Ks, maybe even a 10K someday. So we'll get her set up to do that stuff. So the bad thing is that the fresh snow has now covered up and hidden all the ice spots, which are normally pretty easily visible and easily avoided. So I'm slipping around a little bit. I'm going pretty slow. I'm doing a 9-minute, 10-second pace here per mile. So trying to keep it slow and steady and safe. Well, the snow has kind of stopped at this point. It was coming down pretty good for a while there, but I don't know, maybe that was it. I don't know if that's all we're getting. I thought it was supposed to be more than that. I'll take it. Just hit mile 2, so we're almost halfway done here. You know, the crazy thing is I haven't even compiled or uploaded yesterday's video yet. I still got to do that this morning. I just flat out didn't have time yesterday. We got home so late. I was just exhausted and just too tired to do it, to process all that stuff. But I'll get it out today by its normal time. Not like yesterday where it was a little bit later. Oh, I don't know if I'm in a... It looked like I was in a private driveway for a minute there, but I think it's the road. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention though from last night, those crunch wraps that Inga made, holy cow. Those were good. Those were better than the ones that we had up in Minnesota at Jay Selby's. And she didn't, all she used was like refried beans and some other stuff in there. She didn't use any fancy like seitan ground or, you know, fake meat basically. It was all just Whole Foods type of stuff. Well, except for the fake vegan cheese, but yeah, they were really good. I'm gonna have to maybe film her making those at some point because I don't know the recipe myself. Now, last night's movie, Ernest Saves Christmas. Wow, that was a great movie. Jim Varney, who plays Ernest, is so good in that movie. He's so good at doing like impressions or voices and other characters. He goes through like 4 or 5 different characters that he plays himself in the movie, but it was great. Super fun to rewatch that. Haven't seen it probably since I was a kid. Now, I will say that that movie last night was pretty cheesy, a little over the top cheesy, but to be honest, a lot of Christmas movies are, so it was still super funny. It didn't really matter. It was so cheesy though. Definitely wasn't certified vegan. Snow's starting to come down again pretty good. I was kind of hoping it would be just stay snowing throughout the entirety of my run, just because it makes for a better video kind of, but that didn't happen. But I'm curious though, if you're watching this video, what device do you watch YouTube videos on? Do you watch them on your phone, tablet, laptop, television, PC? What is it? I mean, we usually at night, we usually spend at least an hour to an hour and a half watching videos on the TV through our YouTube app on the smart TV. Now, the bad thing with that is you can't like or comment on people's videos. So usually if I want to drop somebody a comment or whatever, I got to go back onto either my phone or my computer and rewatch it and then do the comment and the thumbs up and all that stuff. All right, we're at mile 4.2, so we're almost home. We're just gonna cross over the bridge here, which is probably really slick, so I gotta be careful. And then I'm gonna do a couple laps around the block to complete my 5 miles before I go back home and upload yesterday's video. Nice view out here though. Wanted to hop down here by the river to capture one of the opening scenes for the video. It's pretty cool down here. I've been wanting to run on these little like sidewalk type of things that they have down by the river here. Sometimes they're covered up with water, it's too high and you can't, but lately the water's been lower so you can, but it's too slippery and icy to try to run on these things now. You might end up in the frozen water there. Probably not a good idea. Had to stop and get a shot of all the honkers down there walking on the frozen ice. Pretty awesome looking. I think I might use that as the opening scene instead of the other one. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I'll use them both. Whew. All right, made it back to the apartment here. Run today ended up being just a hair over 5 miles. Pretty easy pace. I'll have the Strava information up and all that stuff. But a good run overall. A few slippery spots, but not too bad. One thing I do like about my current streak that I have going here, I have yet to actually use a treadmill or have the need to use a treadmill. Even in weather like this or what we've seen in the past few days, I've always been able to go outside and get it done in the outdoors, which is where I want to do it. Not a big fan of running on treadmills. Not that there's anything wrong with it. It's still a good workout and all that stuff. It's just, it's not as enjoyable in my opinion. but they do serve a purpose on days where you literally cannot get outside and do it. Okay, I just wanted to show the socks that I used for running today in the snowy, cold weather. These are Strideline brand. This is the PDX model. They're pretty thick, pretty cushiony, which worked well in the cold weather, kept my feet nice and warm. Like the little support part of the sock here in the middle, I don't know what this is actually called. But no, they were great. They did really well. All right, here we go. We've made it to dinner. So for dinner tonight, we're having some pasta, a little bit of spaghetti there, put some broccoli and some corn in the sauce. Inga loves the corn in the sauce, and it's not that I like it a lot, but I don't mind it. It's not bad at all, so I just do it that way. It's fine. But on the side here, I got myself some mushrooms and bell peppers that have been sauteed, and some green beans as well. And then I also got some garlic bread on the side there. And I usually actually, believe it or not, put hot sauce on my spaghetti. So I'm gonna put some of this Louisiana hot sauce over the top of my pasta, just to give it a little bit of a kick. Okay, here we go again. Time to figure out what movie we're watching tonight. The odds are again in my favor. It's either 5 to 1 or 4 to 1. I cannot recall for sure. Let's figure out what we're gonna watch. Swish these around here, pull one out. What do we have? The Ref with Dennis Leary, Kevin Spacey, and I want to say Diane Keaton's in that as well. I don't remember what platform we have to watch this on. It might be one of the ones that we have to rent from the Google Play Store. There's been a couple that we've had to actually pay separately for, and this might be one of them as well. It's a harder to find one. Great movie though if you can find it. Funny movie, and obviously a great Christmas movie.